it live on YouTube?
It says live on my screen too.
But we might just be live.
I'm going to go on YouTube and see if I can see it. How about that?
Random Rob.
No, hold on.
That happened.
Now it will be live.
Okay.
I think it'll be live now.
All right, well, we'll see.
Maybe.
Oh, I see you right there. Monday.
Watch. Yeah, I just got the. I just got an update.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see my round face in there.
I got the nice round face going too. So
my round Christmas face.
Like Santa Claus. So
yeah, and then I get into shaving with the double-edged safety razors, and then I stop shaving.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you're all bristly.
Yeah. So I have no idea if people are signed in or not.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah, so can you see comments and stuff? Because I'm just looking at the SteamYard.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, hey, we got hey, there's guys here. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Okay, I can't see that. Why don't I see that?
Well, I've got it on my iPad as well as on my phone.
There's a whole bunch of people here.
Oh, so maybe I'll do that then.
Just looking at the other phone here. Hey guys.
So turn it all down.
There's like 38, 40 people now.
Jack.
Oh, okay.
Jack.
James. Hey James, we're all live. Hey, we're all live.
Hey guys.
So in all of our names are up on the screen. So if people can't figure that out, who's who, maybe they don't know who's who.
They might not know who are.
Maybe not.
Steven says hello, gents. Hey Steven.
Okay, so that looks like it's all good, but so hopefully you guys can see the.
All right, Travis. I was not on that episode of To Catch a Predator.
Oh my God. They're going harsh on us.
That wasn't me.
Those comments come in thick and fast. Wow.
Yeah, now they're popped up.
Let me see if I can actually join in the comments too. How about that?
So we don't really have a topic, nor do we really need one.
Rob looks nothing like he sounds. Hugh, somebody says. I can't pronounce the name, so I won't even try.
Okay, so I'm going to close this because I can see it on my screen now. So everybody can hear us all fine?
Billy Bob, what's up?
Jack says Rob is echoing.
Echo? That's because I don't know. I don't know if I can fix that.
It's because Rob chose the headphones.
Well, I'm on a Blue Yeti mic, though. So I don't know if me turning it down is better.
All right, well, they can all hear it. Maybe they echo, maybe not. We'll,
Yeah, but the echo's not good.
Somebody says, hey, why don't we talk about watches? That's not a bad idea.
What's up, Watch Display? Watch Display says, hey, what's up, everyone?
Okay. What do you want? I'll talk about watches. What do you guys want to talk about? I sound like I'm in the toilet. That's not good.
Who does? Hopefully not me.
No, it's probably me because of where I'm at.
Yeah.
No breakthroughs. Rob's audio is fine now.
Maybe if I get closer to the mic, is that better? Larceny is a kind of bourbon. I was at an event that was sponsored by them.
Hey, what's up, Bloomshot? How's it going?
Yeah, it's the room. I need more sound deadening in here.
So I could start off with a watch shot. What's on the wrist? GA 100 in red. This thing's probably about 7 years old. I love the GA100s. They're just rugged and easy to wear, and you don't have to worry about them because they're cheap.
So if everyone wants to know who everyone is, I'm Random Rob. Dirk is kind of new to the watch scene, dragged in by mostly Michael and then me, but he's more of a knife guy, and he's in California. And then Michael's, I would say, G-Shock OG, and he's in Canada, where the bacon is bad.
Hey, bacon's bacon, man. And the orange
Yes. G-Shock, you know what? And Casio in general is addicting. So if I can show it, this is what I'm wearing. This is a Casio World Timer. The AE, I always forget what one it is. The AE 1200.
Just the one that's dedicated. And then a knife. The watch that's on just out the case. Yeah, that one there. And that's the other one.
APAP from Canada.
No, the other one. Because I need 2 hands for that one. That one.
Loomshot wants to know if you guys eat crispy bacon or chewy bacon.
Bacon's bacon. No?
Let me hold this for you.
And I've got the
Bronzelos.
the Bronzelos.
Yeah.
Fabulous watch. Love it. And then since, we're talking, somebody mentioned knives, at the, big Field Marshal with a Damas steel blade. I know it doesn't show up very well here.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
He likes it crispy.
Bacon.
So I'm on.
Oh, and it is National Bacon Day.
It's National Bacon Day?
It is National Bacon Day today.
So I'm 3 days straight with
I don't
no
know if
meat.
it's International Bacon Day, so that may not affect Michael, but National Bacon Day for us.
So that red G-Shock is what you were wearing, Michael, today?
Absolutely. All day today. GA100.
Yes.
Nice, affordable. Doesn't matter if he gets knocked and looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Bob, you're in Canada?
Whereabouts?
Seriously.
Oh, I love the Damas steel. What pattern is this one? I would have to look. I don't remember exactly what pattern this one is.
Boomshot, I'm still kicking myself for selling my Frank Fisher battle when I was in the knife game. It seems like...
Dude, you had a battle?
Uh-oh.
Get out of here.
I don't even know what that is.
That's one of my Grail watches. Loomshot, that is absolutely one of my Grails. I'm going to kick your ass, too, for selling it. Damn. I'll find some pictures, Rob, and send you.
Okay.
Wow.
So, like, how much is that knife?
Frank Fisher battle today is in the 3,000 to 5,000 range.
Okay. How much was it before the price increase?
Oh, I don't know. That'd be a question for Loom. I'm not sure what they were going for a couple of years back.
Wow. Yeah, Loomshot built some amazing watches.
There's 3 Fishers that make knives. There's dad, son, and son, brother. It's the dad and 2 brothers, I think. I'm not 100%. But yeah, very cool knives, super custom, handmade. Yeah, the Frank Fishers are awesome. Oh, he let his go for $8,000.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have sold it too.
Yeah, some of theirs are that. Yeah, they're crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I would have sold it if somebody would have threw out that kind of number. Especially, I'm sure he made money on it. But so Nick asked me if I've reviewed the 39.5 millimeter green dial Oris Aquas. No. I've had a couple Oris Aquas on the channel, but I'd like to see more. Cowboy Swami says I look like the Yankee Marshal. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is.
That is either. Yeah.
Mimi, yes, that is a British accent from West London. Not losing it.
You've tried.
Read something.
So, what is your accent? It's West London.
West London.
What are the? Can you do East? Can you do East London? What does it sound like?
Not West London. It is very different, though. It is very different. It's more Cockney.
Floridian's checking in.
What's up, Floridian?
Yeah, 8,000 for a blade that's big money.
Hey, thanks, Loom. I got your DMs, but I'm not sure how to grab it while I'm on the show here. So
Yeah, it's probably hard to do on your phone.
yeah, so I'm just on my phone here, guys. But I'll grab that picture and send it off to Rob here later.
Yes, we mean nice. Nice one, son.
Nice. I can't even attempt
Yeah,
other.
I need to look at it on the computer. That's the way to go. I got the field marshal today who was asking about the Benchmades. The Benchmades are over there on the table.
So all this morning, I was on a Casio kick, and I was gravitating towards the AE 1200 and the AE 1300, and I stumbled across a small subculture of people modding them. And so my addictive personality, I basically ordered a bunch of them and the mod parts. So what they're doing is they're taking it apart, and then you can do a color film overlay over certain panels on the watch. So you can make it like multicolored. And it looks super fun. And it's dirt cheap. So I don't have to buy expensive watches now. I can buy cheap watches again.
There you go.
That's it. Sell all the expensive ones.
I did.
Get rid of them.
I did. One's headed to you.
That's right.
Steven asked Dirk if you've ever heard of furry knives.
I have not heard of them, but I will look into them.
Is it furry or fury? Fury.
Probably Fury.
They look furry to me.
Floridian came in late, wants to know where I'm from. Just outside of West London, Floridian. That's where the accent's from.
And you've been out of West London for how long?
12 years.
So the accent sticks for a while.
It's not going anywhere, mate. It's not going anywhere.
He holds on to that, like, you know.
Well, it's not like you're active. It's not like you're actively trying to keep it.
I'm
But you're
holding
not-
on to it. I'm holding on to it like a frogman. Frogmans don't go anywhere.
Billy Bob asks what my favorite titanium knives are. Oh, geez, almost all of mine are titaniums. I'm really into Medford stuff right now, and Reese Whelan. I got a couple of Phil Harveys. Yeah, there's a lot. I can't say I have a favorite.
I'm in BC now, guys, just outside Vancouver. A couple miles away from Vancouver, in a little town called Maple Ridge.
Not too far from the big city, though.
Not too far from the big C. I work in the big C when I'm not working from home. Soccer or hockey? Brad, how dare you split the two? Both, mate. Played both. Played both, and I've got 3 knee surgeries to attest to that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, there you go. Old bones.
Yep.
Destroyed
And
me.
Andrew asks about fixed blades. I've got a few, but not super into the fixed blade knives. More the flippers, frame locks, folding knives is more my thing. But I do have several fixed blades. I did a review today of a fixed blade, actually.
It is, Andrew. BC. Andrew just said BC is beautiful. It is beautiful. Wouldn't leave. Just blessed to be here, to be honest. It's got some rain, but it's beautiful. Not going back to the UK anyway.
So if you were to relocate, where would you go?
I want to go to Arizona.
Okay.
That's a jump.
Just give me the heat, man. I want to go to Arizona.
Okay.
And there's a couple of good knife makers out there as well.
It's like 120 degrees there in the summertime.
Give me it. Give me it all, mate.
That's too hot. No,
Give me
I can't deal with that.
Well, so you're in Napa, right? California?
Yeah. So I'm in Napa, California, Northern California. It'll get about 105 for a couple of days in the summer, and that's about it.
Otherwise, you're pretty consistent, probably within that 75 to 85 range.
Yeah, it's probably in that 60 to 80 range. 65
Oh, it dipped down?
range. Yeah. And then in the evenings, it'll dip down. But during the daytime, it's, in that 65 to 80 range, pretty much year round.
Hey, Tennessee Mike just checked in. He lives in Tennessee.
Was
Tennessee Mike. Big surprise. Now it's at least he actually lives where his name says, because Floridian lives in Chicago and travels all over, never going to Florida. So
Yeah, but Rob, Vancouver Mike sounds pretty silly, though, doesn't it?
what's that?
Vancouver Mike sounds pretty silly.
Vancouver Mike. Yeah, that doesn't have a good flow. Arizona Mike, I guess.
Or Napa Dirk. How about that? Well, actually, that sounds quite good.
Napa Dirk is all right, I guess. I don't know. Tennessee Mike just kind of flows.
It does. It does. Hey, guys, Floridian's asking for a wrist check. Yeah, I did one. GA 100. I don't know what the guy's wearing. What are you guys wearing today?
I'm wearing a
Ron
Oh, you did do it. You did.
yeah. I'm wearing a $15 Casio World Timer.
But those are awesome, though.
All 3 of our watches are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
and they're all super affordable. Oh, geez, I'm pulling on my cord.
But you kind of like hinted towards the price, like it's a cheap watch. It's an awesome watch. $15.
Yeah.
Still awesome.
No, when I put it on, I instantly was just like, yeah, this is staying on all day, and I've worn it all day. So, and I have more coming. And I ordered they're modding them with the film that you use to put over light or over lenses to change the effect with either lighting or like camera lenses. That's all they're doing. They're cutting little pieces and gluing them on the backside. It's super easy.
Wow.
Yeah, cool.
The modding game just got bigger. These comments really fly quickly, guys.
They do.
Struggling to keep up with them. I don't know how Rob does it.
And Loom says he just got the Delos Hammerhead 2.
I have one too sitting over there.
Yep, Rob's got one.
Emil asks, he's asked this question for Michael, but I can actually feel this. The GWX 5600 WB, that's I believe the wood grained square, and you can still get them, but the price is slowly rising on them.
I'm glad you answered that, Rob, because as a G-Shock guy, and don't hate me, guys, but I don't really do squares. There's just so many watches to do. So I don't do squares. I don't do, and excuse the pun, 6900s. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else goes.
I'm right there with you. I don't do the squares or the 6900s.
Yeah.
I do all squares actually. Floridian asked if I sold. Did you sell out from Sundays yet, Rob? Yes. I don't know. I think so. I can't remember. I think I did. I think they all sold. Billy Bob's got the white wood grain one. I forget the model number on that one, but it's basically the same model number, and then the last two letters are different. The white wood grain one is my favorite one. Tennessee Mike wants to know when Michael's channel is starting.
Calling me out, Tennessee. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I definitely have to get it up and running now, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Do you have it even kind of set up, and you just have it?
I do.
Okay, so you kind of have it set up. You just need to.
I could post right now. It's just the lighting wouldn't be there and a couple other little things. But yeah, I've actually posted before.
Okay.
I cleared it because it wasn't real good watch content.
Okay.
But yeah, I can post right now.
So you just need the $60 lights.
Yeah, the $60 lights.
And do you have a space?
I do.
No, you just need time.
Better space than me.
Time, and that's about it, really. The bits and pieces are all there. It's just time. But it's coming, guys. Trust me, it's coming. And I've been saying that for a while.
It'll happen eventually. 2020 is right around the corner.
Exactly.
Right. Like just around the corner.
Dirk's laughing like, come on, get it going on. Come on, let's go.
Exactly. Come on, you pushed me, so I got to push you.
It'll happen. We'll get it going. Jack sent the SKX011 over to me, so I'll have that soon.
Nice.
Floridian says my room is decorated with squares. Yes, I have squares everywhere.
Mm.
Marcelo wants to know who's who. I'm Random Rob. Dirk is in the middle of my screen anyway. I'm assuming he's in the middle of your screen. And he has a new channel going, so go sub him. What's your channel name, Dirk?
It's just my name, Dirk Warning.
Okay. So I'll put links to both their channels, and Michael's won't have any content in it, but I'll put it there anyway. And then you guys can sub them. I'll put it after the video's done. I'll link both channels.
You guys are going in hard on me on this channel thing. What?
Well, I'm going to see if I can get 100 subs to your channel with no content.
Dude, there you go.
It's coming, guys. Trust me. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Don't do anything by halves. It's going to be good.
Yeah. All it takes is that first video. As soon as that's...
It's the first one. That was me too. It took me a while to get my first one out. I had been talking to Rob and Michael about it for a while, and Rob had given me, links to the lights and the microphone and the this and the that, and finally I just broke down, sat down and did it. Yep. And here we are, 12 videos in. So, hey, it's going.
And you started strong, Dirk. I have to applaud you. That was a really good start, that first vid. I hope my first vid with the watches is as good as that, because that was pretty good. I was impressed. Nothing to worry about there.
Better each time.
You can only get better.
Yep.
Right?
Really just got to get better each time.
See, Dirk wants to know what's next for the blades or Flirty wants to know what's next with Dirk's channel for blades. Jeffrey, yes, this is the Dirk and Michael that I've talked about a few times on my videos.
But not the Tennessee Mike, because I'm not from Tennessee.
No.
Right.
Tennessee Mike. I might have Tennessee Mike on the show at some point. The whole point of doing this Streamlab thing and getting this all set up is then I can have guests on, whether it's regular guests like you two or fellow viewers of the channel that want to jump in, or Patreon members or whatever.
And Floridian, what do we got next on my channel? I got a hand engraved knife. I've got a big beast that came from jolly old England, and a whole bunch more in store. A lot of custom stuff coming up.
Bill Weed is asking is this a free for all? Like, bro, what do you mean? Seriously, like, explain that.
Yes, it's a free for all. I can send you a link, Bill. You can join in. Yeah. So, yeah, we're pressuring Michael to do his channel, but legit, he has a killer amount of knowledge, experience, and an amazing collection. So he kind of owes it to all of us to actually do the content. This has nothing to do with him. This is about us.
Exactly.
Thanks. Way to set the expectations.
I can get you on. Yeah, we'll do a little. We'll do. I think if we get 4 people on, it probably gets way too busy. I think 3 is pretty good. But
yeah,
Ben sold his Squale 1521 and bought a Stova Marine 40 millimeter. It's always nice to freshen things up. Sometimes change. So Founder Timeless, thanks for all the great content. 2019, Random Rob, it's always a pleasure. Looking forward to more. Yeah, so I passed over. My goal was to hit over 1,000 videos in 2019, and I surpassed that a little while ago. I don't know what I'm at now, 1,020 or something like that.
Awesome, great job.
Sean, have we discussed Baselworld 2020? Yeah, we can talk about that real quick. Actually, over. There isn't a Baselworld 2020. Everyone's pulling out. All the big money's gone.
I didn't know that. Is it done?
Seiko pulled out. Casio pulled out. Those are the brands that I care for, and all the big name brands. Omega pulled out a while ago. You know, and I don't blame them. They changed their format, and pretty much if you look at all the hype around Basel 2019, everybody was so focused on, and it's been that way in the past, everybody was so focused on what is Rolex doing. So it was basically a Rolex show. I mean, there was a ton of other awesome watches there. I actually even bought a couple from, I didn't go there, but through that show, there were releases during that show that I actually picked up that people kind of just glossed over. They didn't even realize they were releases. Brad wants to know what was the most video of 2019 on my channel. I don't know. I'll probably do a separate video and maybe talk about that. But it was probably my G-Shock Square comparison video. That one seems to constantly do well. Clam thought I was a bigger dude. No, I'm like 5'2", 300 pounds. No. What's your thoughts about becoming a show for microbrands? That's what I do already.
Okay. And Lexter, yeah, we're gonna at the end of this live stream, we'll put links to both mine and Michael's channels in there.
Yeah, and mine's empty, guys. There's nothing there right now.
But
Yeah,
we're gonna get you a bunch of subs with no content, dude.
I'm gonna change it. I'm changing that. You guys are pushing me now. Don't worry, I won't let you down.
Okay.
I got a question, Rob. Don't you have anything to open today? Nothing to show today?
No, it kind of dried up. So, like, if I look up on my board, I have the G-Shock Jelly video to do. Did I do that video already? I maybe even already did that video.
No, I think you did.
So I got to do that video. I got to do the G-Shock Square Titanium, the G-Shock GST B200 that Mimo sent over, which is an awesome watch. This watch, and I got more coming in. Some topics. I got some Blue Shark leather straps. Yeah, I don't. And then I got that Zelos Hammerhead 2. And no, I didn't sell everything from Sunday. I'm looking over there. There's a few watches that are sitting there that I haven't shipped out, so I must not have sold them. So, but I have more coming in.
Good.
not to the level I did though. It's definitely slowed down.
Yeah. But that's what you want towards the end of the year, right? You want it to calm down a little bit, catch a breath, and then like ramp up again for the new year, right?
I mean, a video a day, that takes a lot of watches.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'll do more. Well, there's always content.
I've seen a comment here. Cam Walker says, thoughts on, I'm sure that's supposed to be horology. Thoughts on just horology. So I don't mind starting that one off. So I wasn't even into anything like horology in the beginning. It was simply just collecting nice shiny watches, right? And then between Random Rob and like Brad on the Seiko forums and that, people just start telling you, stop paying all this money to get stuff done, try and do it yourself. And then you get a better choice of things, you get a better idea of how things work. It's not expensive to tool up. You go online and you get a crystal press and really cheap horology kit. Some of them are really, really cheap and nasty, but you don't have to spend a lot of money to start it. And before you know it, you're changing straps and crystals and crowns and swapping movements over. I didn't venture to the hands. Not all of us get to that point. I know you did, Rob. You went the whole way, right, in rebuilding. I didn't get there. I kind of figured, didn't have the eyes for it, but it's good to get a feel for where your limits are, right?
Yeah.
I can swap a movement. I can do a crystal swap. I'll do the gaskets and the band swaps, the bracelet adjustments. None of that phases me, but when it comes to the hands, nah, I'm not really bothered about that. I don't really want to know about that, to be honest. It's too fiddly. But it's easy to start. Start with something cheap, something that you don't mind breaking, and then before you know it, you're modding your own watches and not paying someone copious amounts of money to do something relatively simple like I was doing in the beginning. But we don't need to go into that.
Yeah, if you want to do it. But when it comes to modding, I broke a ton of watches in parts. So I can understand, like, so Loomshot does, you can commission him to do a build for you, and you have to pay him for his time, right? So I'm sure there's a fee, and like Dirk knows that it can get expensive really quick. And that was me charging for labor. That was just the parts. But so custom watch builds can get expensive really quick. So that's the draw to doing it yourself. But that learning curve can cost you money. It's worth it to some people. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, and for me, it's worth it to just pay Rob and Loomshots to build my stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be honest. I do my own bracelets adjustments and some minor tweaks, but I'm not opening them up. I'll break it. I'm done. I let you guys do that stuff.
It's very.
I'll side with you, Dirk, initially, because it's your watch, right? And when you don't have 10, 20, 30 in a collection, you kind of don't want to mess up that watch, that one of 3 or one of 5, right? Especially if you spent so much money on it. What kind of pushed me was when you want to change the crystal. You can see how it's going to look. You can envisage what it's going to be like. But 6 months later, after you've sent your watch, you still don't have it back for a crystal. Yeah. That kind of stuff pushes you to try stuff, right?
Right.
I mean, you're going to wait 6 months for an SKX crystal replacement. And then because you don't know, you don't realize, well, at the same time, hey, we can do the crown as well, right? And if you speak to someone who does know and they realize you don't know, they can pretty much take your money, right? So when you understand that and you see how easy this stuff really is and how, just patience, how much patience you don't even really need for it, then it takes away all of the hype. It's almost like horology is this black art. Oh, only very few of us can do it.
Yeah.
It isn't. You just need patience, maybe a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and a quiet time and cool out and try stuff, right?
Yeah. Good light and good optics.
Good eyes. Good eyes, Rob.
The right
Good eyes.
tools, like Loomshot's saying, but you can even do it with less expensive tools. And then if you mod it like the way I was, if you don't even want to mess with the hands, because the hands are tricky. Not only are they tricky to set, but you have to set them correctly. Like, because it's not a matter of just pushing them down. They have to be pushed, like they can go all different angles, right? And then they can hit each other and stuff. And then you have to have them in the right position in the movement. So it's not impossible. I did it. I'm sure. Did you mess with the hands, Michael? You said you didn't.
No, I couldn't go to the hands. They were too fiddly for me. Too fiddly for me. I don't have the eyes for it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm what we call in England short-sighted. I guess that's nearsighted. So I do better with my glasses off, but then I'm at the liberty of my sight. So
Right.
and how bad it is, and I just couldn't. It wasn't worth it. But everything else is definitely right.
Yeah.
I wanted to sort of like touch on that subject with regards to the sizing of the bracelets and the not the screws, the actual bar and God, the name's gone from me now.
The pin, collar, screw lengths, or whatever.
Yeah, like obviously, if you've got shaky hands, then that's going to be hard. But I think patience, man. You're gonna lose a couple of those little cuffs, right, Dirk? You've tried it, yeah?
I lost a couple.
I did too the first time.
Yep.
You're gonna lose a couple, but try again, right? I mean, the store is gonna charge you a wicked amount of money to do that,
and they don't always do it right.
Exactly, right? And it's scratch your bracelet, scratch your crystal afterwards.
I've had many people say they went and got it sized. They were walking out to their car in the parking lot. Watch falls off their wrist.
Falls off. Yeah. See, that's not on, right? So, yeah, I do all that myself. Just learn it. YouTube's fantastic. There's videos upon videos upon videos for that kind of stuff.
I whenever I run across something weird, I try to post up a video of it.
Yeah.
So
help somebody else, right?
I've gotten to the point where I actually prefer pin and collar. Split pin is totally fine, but pin and collar is actually really nice too.
Yeah.
It's nice if you're aware that it's a pin and collar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need some sort of containment because those little collars, once they drop to the floor, they're gone.
Yes.
I don't know about you, Rob, but like I know you do a technical job as well, but like I'm sort of like obsessive in the fact that I'll take the pin out and put it back in the same orientation as it came in, so that it's definitely going to be the right way, right?
Yes.
You got to pay attention to where that collar is. It might be in one of the end links. It might be in the middle part of the link as well.
Yes.
You just got to be really like vigilant about where they come from. And I think when I found that, attention to detail there, it just became easier.
Yes.
I would say.
Well, it becomes familiar, I think.
Familiar, yeah. And different brands put the collar in different places.
Yes.
Right.
I like it when they're captured into the center link. And it seems like I'm seeing that more and more.
Yes. Yeah. That's a lot easier then. Yeah. And I saw the video where you were tapping the pin in and it bent. And I'd never done it before. I'd seen that video. And I went to size a bracelet for my son. And what do you know? Pin bent because it caught the other end of the link.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's all just angles once you get if they don't line up.
Yep. Something to be aware of, right?
Yeah.
But definitely try it before you pay for it. And
that was just me rushing it. Like you shouldn't.
Right?
Yeah. You got to know when to just like set it down and leave it too. And I've done that many times with mods. Like if I'm going to do something small and I see a little bit of shake in my hand, done. Just stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think for another day. No point in rushing it.
Yeah.
I haven't been reading these comments, guys. Sorry.
Oh.
Greetings from Chicago, Michael Hargis. How you doing, Michael?
Well, I was hoping to go to Chicago again before too long, but with the announcement of the Worn and Wound Wind-Up show coming to Chicago, I'm kind of waiting for those dates Michael, you said something about potentially August. I don't know where you got that information, but
I was going on like this year's. Wasn't it August this year? The Warner Wound.
well, the Warner Wound's never been to Chicago.
What was the Chicago show this year?
Microlux.
Okay, all right, that's where I was getting my information from.
Which I'll talk to those guys too, because they'll probably do another show as well. So I'll definitely go to that one. But hopefully, I can find out when the Worn and Wound show will be, the wind up show in Chicago will be, because I'll definitely go to that. But I have no idea when. I was told that it was supposed to be 2020, and I think they hinted at summer. So I don't know when though. Because they're not going to do, I think they're still going to continue, maybe I'm wrong, but I assumed they were going to continue the Chelsea Market Show, which is in the fall, like October-ish in New York. So they're not going to do it back-to-back like that. So they're going to have to space it out. And they do a show in California. I forget where. And that one's kind of in the spring, I think. So they're getting busy.
I'm reading some comments.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, looks like Billy Bob found your most watched video this year, Rob.
Yeah.
100,000 views.
Holy cow. I didn't even know that.
GA21.
I never know which ones are going to do that. Well, that's why I post a video every day, because I have the content and people want to research what they are interested in buying. So it's just another source to help you decide if that's a watch that you want to buy.
Yep.
Hey, Rob, found a Timeless Capital says, what's your most worn watch of 2019?
The G-Shock All Metal Gold Bling Master. That was, I never kept track of it, but I'm fairly confident that's the watch I've wore the most this year.
I don't think I've had a most worn watch this year. I think I rotate from wearing one a day to wearing nothing at all. I don't know about you guys, sometimes I don't even wear a watch. It just doesn't make sense putting one of them on and banging them up for the sake of putting one on, right?
All right, I'm going to kick you from the stream.
I always put a watch on when I leave the house.
Yes.
I work from home, and so there are days where I don't wear one at home. But if I leave the house, I do put one on. I only got into the watch thing at like the end of July.
Yeah.
I had a beat up G-Shock that I wore, so that my G-Shock would be my most worn. I don't even know what number it is. It's 10, 15 years old. Because I wore that every day until end of July, when Michael drugged me into this hobby. Since then, I don't know. I rotate through.
Do you still wear that G-Shock?
I still do. I wore it today. I ran to the store, and none of my other ones were set. So
Okay.
it's my go-to quartz. So I grab it and went to the store.
I'm gonna get tar and feathered for that comment now, but I'm only being honest, right? There are days where I'm at my desk at home and I don't need to put a Zimby on, right? Or a Frogman or whatever is in my collection now. So I don't, right? As Dirk says, when you leave the house, it's totally different, but I don't know.
Don't you feel naked without it though?
Well, I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm aware it's not there, but I'm at home.
Aware.
I'm like home work mode. So
Yeah,
I could see, because you guys do a lot of typing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can't stand the band, especially if they're metal.
Yep.
When you're typing, I don't do any of that. So
right,
I'm swinging pipe wrenches and digging holes and all that crap. So,
but I may change my knife 2 or 3 times in a day because I'm here at home. So I'll just, I've got 4 or 5 on my desk in the office, and so I just kind of fiddle with those all day.
Well, being in Canada, we can't really talk about the knife thing at our end because it's a bit of a taboo subject. We're not allowed.
Well, you can have them. There's just rules, right?
Oh yeah,
There's certain kind that you can have. even Michigan has weird knife laws. They just loosened up some. I still can't have I can now have an out the front or a regular auto, which I guess I could have them before. I just couldn't carry them, but now I can carry them. But I can't have a blade with a sharp edge on both sides. So like a dagger style.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't have that.
Yeah.
Or I can own it. I can't carry it.
I can own it in California, but I can't carry that. I'm technically not allowed to carry any kind of automatic knife out the front, side opening. No automatic knives in California at this point. Under anything over 2 inches. There are a couple that have a blade length of 2 inches.
Yeah.
That are California legal automatic knives, but that's it. I have a few. I may or may not carry them, but you're not allowed to carry them.
Right. And there's the laws are there, I guess, and we want to be law abiding citizens, but some of them are just weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't want to get into it, but the California open carry law, like you can open carry, but it can't be loaded.
Which is dumb. And so, yeah, we'll touch on that for a second. Carrying a concealed weapon here in California is a misdemeanor, but an automatic knife is a felony. So, again, I just live here. I don't support California politics, but there's some crazy stuff here.
And Floridian touches on it, and you talk about geographical locations being so different on laws. So in Chicago, like he's joking, but he's saying he could have butter knives. Yeah, the Chicago laws are crazy when it comes to firearms and knives and all that stuff. So,
yep.
The silly thing is this all came about because, as Dirk knows, because of the knife crime and how high how much it's accelerated, right? Here in England, obviously I hear about that as well.
Yeah.
I have my family over there. And the majority of people who are going to use a knife to attack you, they're going to grab that from your home, your kitchen. It's not going to be your $1,200 titanium.
Right.
It's just not going to be that kind of knife, right? So it's ridiculous. Someone's making some money somewhere by causing us not to have these precious things. I have 2 beautiful S6 knives, and the majority of what they have cut have been like labels out of my shirts.
Right.
I would never use them as I've got other knives to use as knives.
Right.
Those are simply nice trinket pieces to have. And I'll put those on my channel as well. But, it's ridiculous what they want to take away from you,
William said something about California has outlawed alligator watch straps now. And I did see somebody else post up on their YouTube channel something about exotic materials for watch straps are now illegal. I don't know if that was nationwide or just California or what. I haven't researched it yet.
I've not heard that, but hey, knowing California, anything is possible.
Right. Somebody got triggered about somebody having an alligator watch strap.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it gets a little out of control, folks.
Trying to read some of the comments. I didn't want to get into laws and all that stuff because I don't know them and I don't really care.
Went down a little tangent there.
So I got a question for you guys, Dirk and Michael. Well, it's a 2-part question. What watch is next, if you have one? Like, which one are you lusting after that is actually going to be purchased? And what watch are you lusting after that maybe is long-term that maybe you just aren't going to be able to get?
Well, okay. My long-term, which I will ultimately get, is going to be a Panerai. I don't know which one yet. I've been looking and kind of trying to determine which one. So that's a little bit long-term. I don't know what long-term means. Probably sometime in 2020 is kind of my goal. And I really would like to get as more of a short-term one, possibly a Helson shark diver in carbon fiber.
The whole case is carbon fiber?
Yep.
I haven't even seen that one.
Yeah, it's nice. I've seen that.
Yep.
Nice.
I really love the Shark Diver 45, the orange one that they got. Love it. Absolutely love it. And they make that same exact one in a full carbon fiber.
So it's probably like forged carbon or something like that, right? Is that how they usually do those cases? Or is it milled out carbon fiber?
That I don't know.
It's probably forged carbon, which is cool. I think I've had one watch on the channel that was that forged carbon. I forget what brand it was. It escapes me right now, but it was crazy cool because they can mix in color and stuff too, or even in its raw form, it still has character to the case.
Right.
And they're strong.
Okay.
So, Michael, what about you?
Well, long term, I would have to say the MM300 SLA 013, that light blue Marine Master. Only 222. The Zimby though, not the SLA 015. That's the European model. My lusting, I guess, is for the Zimby model, and that's got to be long term because there's only 222 of them, and they cost an arm and a leg as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I waited 7 years for the Golgo. Who knows? It may come, right?
Yeah.
I guess the other one would be the MRG, the Arcagane. I'm going to say Arcagane. That's the way I'm going to say it. I know I butchered that, but somebody can correct me. The one with the purple on it.
Oh, yeah. That's $7,400 retail.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's why it's a goal, a long-term goal.
Right?
I think you can get a deal on those, I'm pretty sure. Those ones are not moving as quick as the other MRGs. Right.
It's just a beautiful watch. I love the history behind it. I think I would still wear it. Obviously, not as much as I should, but that's because I think when you have a collection of a few, then you don't have to wear them as often, right? But I would definitely wear it. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
As far as what's next, I'm going to get dragged through the coals again here. I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm done for a little while.
Well, you have a couple of awesome watches that you just got, and then you have a really awesome one inbound.
Yes.
So
I do. Not going to mention that right now.
Yeah.
But
so I could see where you're kind of set. Like you need to let the dust settle first.
Yeah. Right. I did have a very, very good, strong finish to the year in terms of what I had wanted in the summer and what I've achieved by the end of the year. You know, the MTG 35th anniversary, like I just couldn't shake that watch. I needed to have it, and it was not a cheap watch to get, but glad I got it. The Frogman, the 35th anniversary Magma edition, and the Gold Tornado, that is next level. That thing is like, I think I wore it all day. It was distracting. I had to take it off. On Christmas Day, I need.
Michael's cutting in and out.
So, yeah, I had a very good.
I think we're losing you a little bit there, Michael. And so, all right, Rob. So same question, but back to you.
Let's see if I can get Michael back. Oh, okay. Michael, you might have to sign off and then rejoin. So I'm going to mute him for a second so it's not cutting in and out. I got nothing, man. I seriously, I had a couple watches that I thought I really wanted, but they're more money than I want to spend. And the one was the full titanium Oris Aquas that Bruce actually just had a video on.
Okay.
Let's see if, I think he's. I think he might have to sign off and then sign back in, but so I'm kind of revisiting the crazy, super affordable stuff right now, like the World Timer and the other one that's similar to this. I think I'm revisiting my roots, which is the crazy affordable. Like, I mean, you're talking $15 to $35.
Okay.
So I had fun in there in the past, and sometimes you have to revisit it.
Oh yeah,
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
that makes sense.
Let's see. I think a lot of other people talked about what they had going as far as watches. I think part of my issue too is because I have so many watches coming into the show. I feel like at this point I just need to wear what I have and enjoy it.
Agreed.
And just see the watches that are coming and going. Bill Weed, yes, I have. I really wanted to buy that one, the Transformer G-Shock, but I've kind of decided not to because it's just going to be a. I wouldn't wear it, and it would just be a toy, and I already have the G-Shock men sitting here, so. I'm just reading a couple comments. Oh, the other thing I just started doing today too is I started looking at some new. I've always enjoyed looking at new old stock, like go on eBay or wherever you can find them, but new old stock like Casio watches or whatever brand you want. So you sometimes can find things that you've missed out on and then revisit them. That's super fun.
Okay.
So I am tracking one on eBay right now. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want anyone to snipe me on it. But so if that one doesn't go above 500, I'll probably swoop it up, which is way too much money. It should be like a 250 tops, but whatever. You got to pay because they don't pop up for sale. The one I'm talking about.
Right.
So, but it's Casio and it's vintage, not. I guess it's vintage or at least old.
Okay.
90s.
Yeah. Vintage enough.
Yeah. So, but super cool, super colorful. It'll be a fun watch to have. Yeah, and having the titanium square is awesome. I probably will pick up some Seiko divers just to have on the show. They're nice to have for comparisons, but it's not really for me. It's more for the show. Let's see, Cowboy Swami. Should I trade my JSAR for a tuna? JSAR does have sapphire. Yeah, you got to go which one you like more. The Marathon JSAR. Dirk, if you haven't checked out the Marathon watches, you might really like those. I could see you liking those. Those are pretty comparable watches. I think I would possibly go for the SBBN tuna over the JSAR, but I don't know. Let's see. Michael's gone. We'll see if he rejoins, but let's see. Brad just got the Orient. Orient watches are cool. There's a bunch of really good value watches out there. I'm kind of envious of you, Dirk, as far as being fresh into the watch game.
Oh.
It's kind of like getting addicted to a drug. Like the high in the beginning is never achieved again. Like now you're just floundering through all these watches, buying and selling. Like experiencing them for the first time is awesome.
I'm not selling much. I have not sold one yet. Everything I've gotten so far, I've kept. I've thought about there's a couple that I may let go. We'll see. But right now, I'm more of a hoarder. Same with the knife. I've sold a few knives over the years, but most of them I end up keeping. It's kind of dumb. I need to not be emotionally attached to these things, but I don't know. We'll see what 2020 brings. I could sell a couple of watches or a couple of knives and a couple of watches and just buy other ones.
If it keeps you going, I mean, that's what I do, but that doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, so far I'm good. No, Floridian says go with the Tracer watches. I've
Trace-
seen those.
Yeah, so Floridian sent me some Tracer watches. Those are really cool, and I'm still waiting to see. There's another brand that Bruce reviewed that were like really solid, really good tritium tubed watches as well. So
Mm-hmm.
there's so many. There's so many watches. It's insane. You have to slow down to a certain extent. You have to slow down to really enjoy them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I went kind of hard and fast at the beginning. So then I looked at my bank account and said, whoa, better slow down on that one a little bit.
Yeah. And you can cycle them out. If you find one that you're not wearing a bunch, maybe move it.
Yeah, I got to be smarter about it. I got to start moving some stuff, or, not getting stuck in 2 years down the road like I am with knives, and now I'm stuck.
Yeah, I think most of the stuff you have, though, still holds value.
For the most part, there's a couple of brands that are pretty soft on the secondary market, but for the most part, the ones I have sold in the past and my knives, I have gotten very close to what I paid, and some of them I've gotten more because
That's
I've got
awesome.
some great deals over the years. So have sold and made some money, and typically break even within 20-50 bucks.
I'll try to answer this in the I'll just say it. So somebody asked 2018 Breitling Colt or the Zinn 104. I'm a little more biased towards the Zinn 104. I think it's a more rounded watch, meaning that it's more versatile, and I don't know. But that's going to be a personal preference. Let's see. Yeah, the Zinn 104 is just killer. It's such a great choice to purchase if someone's looking for whether it's a Grail type watch or like the best one in their collection, or even if they're higher end, they can step down to the Zinn 104 and still totally enjoy it and appreciate it for what it's for. But to a lot of people, the Zinn 104 might just seem a little boring. It might seem like they were really going to like it and they were really going to enjoy it, but then it just doesn't have that magic that some other watches might have. And that happens. You've probably experienced that with even knives, that you lusted after it, thought it was going to be amazing, got it, and then you're just like, eh.
Oh, there have been a couple. Yeah, because a lot of them, much like watches, you buy a knife sight unseen.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen pictures, you've seen other people's videos, but you've never touched it. And so you think you have one thing in your mind, and when it gets there, it's sometimes a little disappointing. Not disappointing, but a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cool or great as you thought it might be. Nothing wrong with it. Not to speak bad of it. It just wasn't up to the expectation that you built in your mind.
Yeah, it's sometimes we hype them up too much, and it's all in our minds. It has nothing to do with the product. Is awesome.
Yep, absolutely. So that does happen, and I have let a couple go, because of that. Not as good as my brother. My brother, he'll get a knife in. If he doesn't like it that day, he posts it up tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen guys in the watch game that have sold the watch before that even arrived to them. So they bought it on impulse, on emotion, and then for some reason, before it even arrived to them, they worked themselves out of it, and then they've sold it before it even arrives back to them. I think those guys burn out fast.
Yeah,
you can't sustain that.
Yeah, that's tough right there. I couldn't do that. My brother's about as fast. He's posted stuff the day he's got it. It's come in, he's opened it, played with it a little bit, and literally posted it that afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't lose too much money on it.
No, he's done pretty well too. So
you're talking knives.
Yeah, his knives. He's got a small collection. He's got maybe 10 or 20 or 10 or 12. He keeps it very small. And if he doesn't carry them, they're out the door.
That's awesome. I need to get there with the watches. I'm not even there with knives. I have a ton of knives, not a ton of knives, probably not compared to like what you have, but I have quite a few knives that I don't carry because all I really carry is my little 58 millimeter Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
I always have this little guy on me, and
Yep.
I use all the tools in it.
Oh, for sure.
Michael could join back in, but we might just. How long have we been live?
Just over an hour.
Okay.
I think Michael posted in the comments that his phone died.
Oh, that happens.
So I think he's done.
Yeah.
He might be on his iPad texting or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, we've been on about an hour, just over an hour, I think.
Yeah. So we can probably wrap it up, though.
Cool.
Eric Larson asking if any special editions, Seiko special editions come out. Yeah, Seiko's always coming out with special editions. After the first of the year, 2020, there's going to be some special editions, some JDM stuff. That's, again, it's going to get even more difficult because there's import and tax laws that have changed without us really knowing it. But I'm hearing rumors and scuffle about, people buying watches and they're showing up, and then there's more fees attached to it. So I think our government, U.S. government, that is getting better at getting their hand in your pocket. So that might change some of our buying habits.
Yeah.
Those JDM watches are going to become even more difficult to get, I think. So.
Gotcha. And Clamwalker, yeah, Spyderco, great knives. I've got several.
Yeah, I do like the Spyderco. As much as I like those, and I'm sure they probably do have a flipper, I prefer flippers. Like that one you sent me. Like, that's awesome. That's totally my style.
Yeah, I am very much a flipper guy. Most of mine are flippers. The vast majority of my entire collection is flippers.
Yeah. It's I know you can loosen them up and you can get the thumb hole and you can plug. I watch guys do it all the time. I can't do it. I haven't mastered it.
Yeah, I prefer the flippers, but Spydercos are good. I've got a couple. I started with them back in late 80s, early 90s. So I've gone through a bunch of those. I've gone through a bunch of Benchmades, some ZTs, zero tolerance knives.
I haven't tried ZT.
They've got some good ones.
I might try it.
Yep.
So I think I gravitate more towards the designer. So like I kind of latched on to like Ken Onion. I know I like a lot of his designs, but there's a ton of awesome guys out there that do it. So
there are, for sure. Billy Bob, if I could only have one Spyderco, what would it be? Eesh.
The Dragonfly.
No, I mean, I've had a police model for a long time. That's what I started with. I would probably just go with a police model. It was my first kind of real knife back in the late 80s.
It's called the police model?
Yep.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, check out my first video. That was on that one.
So a few people asked if I do have Patreon. I do have Patreon, so it's patreon.com, and I don't know if it's / or / I think it's / Random Rob. So I'll do probably maybe tomorrow. I'll do a video explaining the Patreon and what my intentions are with it, and just plug just that alone, because I know not everybody gets to see it.
Yeah, the Yojimbo, however you pronounce that, loom shot, those are cool too.
Yojimbo?
Yep.
And you guys, the hardcore knife guys, you guys know so much that I guess it's no different than the watch guys. But like, I hear some of these knife things, and I'm like, I've never heard of it. Cowboy Swami keeps asking, and I don't know this. I've heard of Chris Reeves.
Yes.
But maybe Dirk,
Yes, absolutely worth it. Chris Reeve knives are great. It's my brother's favorite brand, I think. I've gone through 4 or 5. I have just one right now. Maybe I'll do the video on that one tomorrow or the next day, because I've been meaning to do a video on that one. So I'll get that up, Cowboy Swami. But yeah, Chris Reeve makes a phenomenal knife.
That's awesome.
Yep, totally worth it.
Well, hopefully we'll see that video soon. So, because you have enough content to get you going for at least 3 months.
Yeah.
If you post every day.
if I did one every day, I got about 3 months of my own stuff. But I do have a couple of good friends that are, willing to send stuff to me, just, not to go turn around and sell, but to do some content and send them back so that I can check out some different stuff, some more affordable stuff. A lot of mine kind of is in that 500 plus range.
Okay.
That's kind of what I gravitated towards. So I've got a bunch of buddies that are going to send me in that 500 and down range. So we can kind of show off.
And that's where your view count will probably go up, because really, I mean, the people that are buying sub $100 knives is way bigger than the $500 guys even and up.
Oh, for sure.
So, and I have a few I can send you too when you get to that point, because I buy all the cheap stuff.
Hey, nothing wrong with that either. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dirk. I appreciate you joining in, and thanks everybody for watching. I think I'm going to sign off now.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me, and you guys have a great time.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.